We've been doing movie nights for
years.
A Gen Xer and
A Gen
Z.
I hate these ones because they're blue. I hate those, formal uniforms because they're white. Who makes a formal uniform white? Somebody get me in touch with the costume director.
And he crashes them.
Yes, you do. I'm very much in that transition period between, teenage years and adult years.
Mm-hmm.
Random weird moments that the two of us have experienced, and there are a lot of those.
That's the thing. I don't think we have to leave that behind when we're grown up.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
It's I'm just sitting there and I'm like, where did this come from? Why are we singing?
I mean, you're not going to learn anything about the movies listening to us talk. This is the Argo City Podcast. Film, conventions, and fan life with Maddie and Matthew.
And we have returned.
And I'm going to start this off by wishing everybody a happy Father's Day. And for those of you who don't have fathers around anymore, I'm just going to commiserate and tell you that I feel you. That's exactly why we are doing what we are doing tonight. So, tonight's movie is 2013's The Lone Ranger. It premiered, actually, in 2013 on June 22nd. The same day that this podcast is going out.
Oh, that's fun. No wonder you picked this date.
Seriously, it's right around Father's Day. But I mean, really, the real reason that we're doing all of this is because The Lone Ranger is, at least to me, it is my father's hero. My father had a couple of, if you look at me, I'm a Gen Xer, so I have absolutely no business being having the Shadow and the Green Hornet in my top 3 as my favorite superheroes. But these are my father's heroes. And the Lone Ranger's right up there.
You told me stories about how when you were younger, when you guys would watch TV, your dad would always pick, and he would put on the Lone Ranger or whatever else he was interested in.
Absolutely. This is normal in the 80s. And in the summer, it's just too hot to eat in the kitchen.
Yeah.
It's still too hot for us to eat in the kitchen here in the new millennium. So, but we did a more egalitarian version, so everybody got to pick, and we'd go round and round and round. So one day it'd be Sabrina, and one day it'd be Gilmore Girls, and one day it'd be whatever thing I was going to inflict upon you guys.
Yeah.
And no, with my father, it's always the Lone Ranger, and Lone Ranger and the Cisco Kid, and that's. But I mean, watching 50s and 60s stuff was normal for us 80s kids. Mm-hmm. But I did kind of grow up watching this, and I had a kind of different gateway. I never really connected with this character, until Dynamite put out their comic book series. And, man, that was good. I feel like this here, I'm holding them up.
That's so pretty.
I just got, pull them out. Look at some of this artwork. Because it's absolutely amazing.
You can hear that on the audio.
Serious biz. It's absolutely amazing, the artist that's doing this stuff. He's creating these amazing Western vistas. And, you can see, it's not just the covers.
Oh, pretty.
It's interiors.
Oh my gosh.
It's so good.
This is the kind of polished comics that I like to read.
This is the best version of the Lone Ranger since the 50s television show. It's not even close. And they've tried a couple times, but they never understood. And so, like, that was finally my gateway. Now, for you, on the other hand, I even mentioned this during the movie, I was kind of counting on your gateway being the horses. Talk to me about the horses. And talk to me about your horse experience.
I am a horse girl. So when I was younger, around my first couple years of middle school, our old bus driver, she actually owned a miniature horse farm. So around 5th grade, I want to say till like 6th, 7th, until she left the district, we would go and we would work with the horses. Leading them around, sometimes doing like jumps. I did a tiny bit of riding, but not a lot. It was more so like just being around the horses. Yeah, like
learning how to clean them, brush them. Do some of that stuff. I have photos of you guys doing that.
Dressing them up for show. We got to participate in a contest one year.
Oh my god! Like, okay, so those of you who like listen regularly, you know that we do cosplay for conventions and stuff like that. One day, my wife comes home and it's like, could you maybe create costumes for a couple of horses? Like, okay, like, I don't know any other cosplayer who's ever had that request thrown at them.
You made it work, though.
Seriously. So we made one horse like kind of Wonder Woman-y for Lydia.
No, Lydia had didn't she have the bee?
She had no. This was a Wonder Woman kind of horse. I did stars and a nice blue harness.
Oh yeah, I'm thinking of a different one.
And for you, like this goes right back to last week. Last week with He-Man and stuff. For you, we turned your horse Polly into Swiftwind from She-Ra.
Yeah, and like even with the wings, I have fond memories of like waiting in line and such with that. Heck, I reused the wings for a Halloween costume later down the road.
Absolutely, this is stuff that I just happen to have in stock. But so
yeah, like
for everybody who was like doubting my He-Man cred from last week, I thought I was pretty clear on it. No. Like, seriously, I made a horse into the She-Ra horse for Maddie here.
Yeah, and Polly, but I very much credit Polly in working with the horses. It's one of the things that really took me out of my shell as a kid.
Absolutely.
Like, that and Tap, but especially being around, because that's not something a lot of people get to experience.
No, this is something that I'm so grateful. Like, I'm an introvert, and my wife is not. My wife is an extrovert, and she made friends with the bus driver. She would bring her coffee every morning.
Yeah. We would give her coffee when we get on the bus.
And
occasionally
that
we'd give
led
her
to
snacks.
you guys getting to ride horses.
Yeah.
Like I cannot sing the praises of my lovely bride enough, because this is so good. But you know what, even here's the thing that strikes me about your relationship with the horses. Mm-hmm. That bus driver kind of fell in hard times. She had to sell the horses.
Yeah, I know what story you're referencing.
Yeah, you do, don't
I'm
you?
I'm telling this, yeah. So they got on really hard times, and since Polly, the horse I worked with, wasn't owned by Miss Holly, she was owned by her daughter, they ended up selling her, and we kind of stopped going after that, between a mixture of dance and busyness, and also we weren't really riding the bus anymore. Yeah. And several years later, I am walking through a fairground with my mom. I don't remember why we were there. It's remember,
like the Lorraine County Fair. It's in Wellington.
I walked through the halls and we were like, hey, why don't we go check out the horses and such? Because they keep the animals on display there so you can see them.
Yes.
I walk through the halls and I suddenly turn and I see Polly, and I call out, Polly. She immediately turns around and looks to me and walks right up to me. It was the most surreal thing I have ever experienced.
No, I mean, that horse knew you.
Yeah, she did.
There was an intimacy.
I'm on the verge of crying already.
There was an intimacy here that I can't even describe. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to have, because here's the thing. The entire reason we're doing the Lone Ranger is because this is my father's hero. Yeah. So I'm going to also try and keep from getting too emotional here. But no, Holly knew you. And
she did. And I think I, like, forced my mom to sit there for, like, half an hour where I just, like, slowly reached over the bars and was, like, petting her.
I'm so grateful that you guys got to do that.
Yeah.
But it's also like, this is what I'm counting on. You know what? Even when I was a kid, even when I was your age now, like in my 20s, I was not into Westerns. That came later, slowly. Part of it's my interest in trash cinema and vintage cinema. But I don't know. The Lone Ranger was different. The Lone Ranger wears a mask.
Yeah.
Like a superhero. And it was one of those things that my father tried to... It was one of those ways that he wisely tried to relate to me. Because my father and I... Look, for those guys, are you with me? Men's relationships with their fathers are complicated. At best, they're complicated. This is one of those things my father really tried to reach out and find common ground with me on. Because we were not the same kind of people. We just weren't. We both played music, but we both played radically different kinds of music. We had very different interests. This is one of those things he tried to find common ground with me on. It's one of the reasons why I mentioned what the date was.
Did it work?
The date of the movie.
Yeah.
So, June 22nd, 2013. Because that's crazy near Father's Day.
Yeah.
And this is the last film that my father ever saw in the theater. So, his hero is back in the theater.
Yeah.
And we went.
What did he think of this?
Well, here's the thing, because I'm kind of breaking one of my rules this week.
Okay.
We're watching a bad movie. Well, and you're like hesitating.
I'm hesitating, but I'm like, I agree.
Well,
I have so many thoughts about this.
Here's the thing. This movie, what we watched tonight, just for all of you to know, I edited this down.
Yeah.
This is a 2.5 hour movie.
Yeah, I cannot believe this was 2.5 hours.
Well, so we are fresh off of Masters of the Universe, aren't we?
Yeah, we just went to go see it, what was it, last Friday?
Yeah, something like that. What was your complaint on Masters of the Universe?
It makes it into a comedy when it doesn't need to be.
Yeah, it's ashamed of itself. Every single, like, serious beat, it has to throw in a stupid joke.
Yeah.
I'm going to pause the podcast right now and show you a few things I cut out.
Okay.
The fear on your face, like,
I'm
wish
a
you guys
little nervous.
You should be. You absolutely should be. So I'm going to...
Oh, no.
I'm going to pause this. So I showed you 3 really great examples of what they did with that.
So, one, I get what you mean when you say you cut it out because they, like, tried to make a joke of it. And I can understand why you did what you did. 2, man, I appraise your editing skills because I didn't even notice the cuts on, like, half of those.
Oh, thank God, because there's, like, one in particular.
Like, there's a couple of them there's a couple that I noticed, like, the one scene between, like, the fireplace and going to the next thing, or the
Not
thing
even
with,
the
like,
one
the
I'm
Indians.
thinking.
Like, those are kind of obvious, but honestly, the story flowed well enough without that.
No, and so here's the thing. I have to remind you again, I cut out about half an hour of these stupid freaking jokes. And they make me angry. It's not just that they take me out of the movie. They make me angry. Hi-oh, Silver. Never do that again. I want to slap the taste out of your mouth.
Like, that's so...
It's
like,
that bad, and it's constant.
I figured that you had cut stuff out to improve the length because it was, like, a lot of long dialogue.
No, it's all jokes. It's all garbage. I spent a week trying to make this into a watchable movie because there is a good movie in this thing.
Yeah.
Just like there is a great movie in Masters of the Universe.
Yeah, but they had to ruin it.
And I don't think I can edit Masters of the Universe.
I think if you cut out all the jokes, you'd be left with like a 45-minute film, honestly.
The music and the way that it's woven in there, it's too integral. Whereas this, it's literally a beat later, most of the time, and I could, okay, that's my cut.
Yeah.
That's where I had to drop it. You would be shocked at how much, like, they do not miss a chance to make John Reed look stupid.
Ugh.
He is a fool through this. Okay, here, let me give you an example that I didn't show you.
Oh?
So we watched several episodes of the TV show.
Yeah.
Like, it's been a rough summer, okay? So we have not done TV night as often as we should.
Oh, no, work has been kicking my butt lately.
And I managed to get you through the origin story in the TV show.
Yeah.
Which is good. It's fun. It's great. And you got to know what Clayton Moore sounds like, what Clayton Moore and Jay Silverheels look like and feel like.
It's like...
You got the rhythm. You know what it should be.
Like, the funny thing is, with all of the, like... Well, with you introducing me to the correct people, it's like, I can't understand anybody but them, which is...
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
But
I'll comment more on that in a minute.
Yeah, and I welcome it. But okay, so you got the groove. Mm-hmm. You got the vibes.
Yeah.
So, do you remember what Kimosabi means? I don't fault you if you don't.
Give me a second. It was wasn't it like companion or
something like that? It's trusty scout.
Okay, I was close enough.
That's the theory. It's the Indian word for trusty scout.
Okay.
You know what Kimosabi means in this movie? Wrong brother.
Oh.
And again, Johnny Depp is begging for the back of my hand.
Like, that changes the entire... I've always seen that nickname as, like, a fond little, like, fun thing between friends.
Yes, exactly.
Like, there's a difference between an insult and a fond nickname.
And you know what? There's a difference between guys busting each other's chops.
And then just clearly insulting each other. Like...
And this crosses that line.
Like,
I removed all of that for you.
Yeah.
And it's like, we took a break. We took a bathroom break. And I literally walked over to Mom and was like, I think I might have done it. I think I might have succeeded in making this into an okay movie. And my father is so happy watching her watch this.
Mm-hmm. I want to say something kind of crazy that, like, forgive me. What was the Indian's name?
Tonto.
Okay. I genuinely cannot see this Lone Ranger and Tonto being those two characters. It feels like I'm watching a parody. Honestly, like, let me explain here for a second, because this isn't Tonto. Before we started the movie, I pointed out that it just doesn't look right. It bothers me that it's not the correct...
The face paint.
Yeah. The whole look. It's not the correct... He doesn't have the correct mannerisms. He puts an effort towards the voice, but not enough of an effort to make a difference. This is not Tonto. And I don't care who tells me it is. That's not him. Same with the Lone Ranger. He's an idiot in this. I've always seen the Lone Ranger as, like, this guy, he knows exactly what he's doing. He's working with the law. He is, like, he's smart, capable, and intelligent. This guy is an idiot.
Well, like, he's a tenderfoot. He's not acclimated to the West. But, I mean, if you think he's a fool here, man, what I took out.
These aren't these characters. It feels like I'm watching, like I was saying, a parody. There's something, because we've talked a little bit about folklore in regards to the fact that that's what I'm in college for right now. And it feels like I'm watching a variant of this story versus, like, an actual retelling of it. It doesn't work. You know how I got myself through this movie? I imagined that I was watching two different characters. Two different characters with similar backstories, but they're not these two characters, because I don't care. That's not who they are.
Yeah, so imagine me and my father at this.
Oh.
And again, this is my father's hero. And this is the last movie that he'd seen in the theater. So what we watched tonight was my attempt to try and turn it into what I wish you could have seen at the theater. And seriously, it's not as bad. Because, again, I did watch you. And you were into it.
Yeah, I was kind of into it.
There is something here. Because I think there's a lot of great stuff here. I'm interested in this version of Tonto. I'm interested in the face-painted, mystic version. They try and enhance, almost in a dark fantasy way, every character. And I think that's an interesting way of going.
It's a interesting way to twist it. I can't say I agree. I want nothing to do with this Tonto. If I met the other Tonto, I feel like me and him would be great friends. This guy, I want to punch in the face.
Jay Silverheels was an actual Native American. Actually, he was Canadian.
Was he?
Yeah, but I mean,
fun.
still. And he played Tonto basically until he died, because we've been watching commercials and promos and stuff like that.
The most random crap that you have been shoving in my eyes. I don't know what half of this stuff is. He has shown me everything from, like, pizza roll ads to carpet ads. And it's like, I don't understand what I'm watching.
Lots of car ads. Lots of I haven't even shown you all of them.
Oh,
they did,
no, there's
but the
more.
fact that these were continuing well into the 70s.
Yeah.
When this was, like, in the early 50s. Like, Serious Biz, that shows the penetration of this character into the public consciousness, and again, even we've got the cartoon on right now, the Filmation version. Mm-hmm. But I mean, these characters that we're watching on TV, it looks like Clayton Moore and Jay Silverheels. It just does, because that's what works. That's what matters.
But I wanted to mention something that you were talking about with the idea of, like, the mysticism and the, like, the dark, because we kind of talked about this, like, while we were watching it, that Westerns don't tend to be my thing, and you were hoping for, like, the horses and stuff to give me a gateway into it. I really latched on to the mysticism of it. Like, I don't like this Tonto, but I like the idea of him. Like, the idea that he's hunting down a Wendigo, which, it's ridiculous because I really only know what a Wendigo is because of Hazmat Hotel.
I mean, I literally turned to you and said, "Are you familiar with that word?" Because if not, we need to get you familiar with the folklore or the cryptid ideas.
Yeah.
But I mean, the idea that Butch Cavendish is basically possessed by something demonic, and his very presence and actions are throwing nature
off, which. Like, we hear that during a chat by the fire, and we cut to, like, a bunch of, like, rabbits, like, evil rabbits. I was like, ooh, bunnies! Wait, why are they approaching the camp?
Like, we're not just talking evil rabbits. We're talking, like, Monty Python and the Quest for the Holy Grail evil rabbits. These, you could just blow this off as the ravings of a mad Indian, which is obviously what his tribe is doing. Yeah. They go there. They actually go there. But no, we see nature out of balance. We see animals going rabid and predatory. Animals that shouldn't be aggressive. And,
like, I was asking a bunch of questions about, like, the lore of this series and stuff, because I'm not super familiar with this. We've only watched a couple of episodes, so
I'd hoped to do more, but we just didn't. That's okay.
So, like, I loved seeing, like, the Indian heritage in there. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I took a world religions course a while back for my major, and it was a fascinating thing, and it's a shame we didn't go into this kind of stuff, because seeing, like, the tribes and the dances and the outfits and such, and it makes me kind of disappointed that Johnny Depp was the one playing Tonto, which I think if they had casted, like, an actual Indian, I might have been more forgiving.
I mean, he's got some blood in him, he's got some heritage, but maybe, like, again, Jay Silverheels, you are not going to mistake him for, like, a blonde surfer dude.
Yeah, and I'm like, this may sound a little racist, but he doesn't have the face for it. He doesn't have the look for it, which just, I don't know. maybe that's why they did like the face paint to like cover it up. Maybe
Could be. I mean, I like the idea of it because to me it makes it more comic book. It makes it more superhero. And that's how my father was always trying to relate to the Lone Ranger with me.
Oh, I just realized he does have the bird on his head.
Yes. And he's feeding the dead bird on his head. And they give a reason for it. I mean, we don't just get the Lone Ranger's origin here. We get Tonto's origin.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny. Usually, when I don't take notes on a movie like this, the podcast goes short, and we almost have to struggle to reach that half-hour mark. I looked over at Maddie, and she said, "Man, that's the most notes I've taken on a movie in a long time." Yeah, I guess it is. So, we're going to pause here, and we will be back later in the week with the conclusion of The Lone Ranger.